perfect. The new UCS Death Star is perfect. This, despite contrary belief, this is what we needed as a collective LEGO community. This is everything it had to be. Do not listen to everybody in your ear telling you that this sucks. Oh, it's just a disc. No, this is what we needed. This is Ultimate Collector's Series. This is not some, like, kiddie set that's, like, 1 foot tall. This thing is 9,000 pieces. The old 2016 UCS, or not even UCS Death Star, that was 3,000 pieces. I'm currently building it for, spoilers, my new Brick It, You Brick It, You Buy It series. Look at this thing. This is it so far, and don't let screens deceive you. This thing is massive. This is my hand. I can barely hold this thing up, and it's only halfway built. This is like 1,500 pieces right here. And this is like play scale. This is good. 9,000 pieces. You're gonna need. I don't think it would even fit on a shelf. I'm gonna be straight with you. I don't think it's gonna fit on a shelf. It's not. It may be a disc, but that is what we needed for display. It would be. You can't even see. I would have to like move back 15 feet to show you where this thing would be. It is insane. So let's talk more about the leak. Personally, I think it would be best if we just went room by room just to show you, because you see this, it's tiny in your screen, you think, oh, what, this is tiny, I'm just seeing a little box. No, if you saw this thing in person, you would be in a shadow of its momentum, or gargantuan. I don't know what I'm saying, but that's just how hyped I am for this. But let's go room by room. Look at this. And look at the figures, they're like ants in that thing. This is like an ant farm. Let's go. Let's start at the bottom. Down here, that is like that little, it's grainy as hell, I know, but that little box, that is like the size of like a regular Lego set you would be getting these days for like $50. That is like the size, that is definitely way bigger than the rooms that we got in the 2016 Death Star, and that is, it's definitely gonna be way bigger. And I am such a fan of these new like rooms in this little new style. I think that's what we needed, honestly, to capture the Death Star's kind of the way it works in the top and the bottom. So much better, honestly. But in there we got our little junkyard. It looks like it's gonna have one thing. I did build the junkyard in the new, or the trash compactor in the new or the old UCS or 2016 Death Star, and it was so bland. The bottom, it was like you just placed down, literally you placed down gray plates and that was it. But with this, it looked like, from what we can see, there's going to be debris there that makes it actually look like there's trash in there. And I can even though it's grainy as hell, I can see there is detail on that wall. Let's move over. Your eyes do not deceive you. That is a full Lambda class shuttle build that already looks massive. Again, that's another like $50 set Lego would put out these days. And there's 3 stormtroopers. Oh, 3 stormtroopers? There was only 2 in the last one. No. There is 6 in this set. There is 6 stormtroopers, and then you can see there's 2 commanders there ready to fly the shuttle, whatever you need them to do. Look at that build. That is huge, and that is like actually, that's a full set right there. And look at those walls in behind. Like you can just, there's even detail on there. Let's move over one more. Boom, there is C-3PO in his little room in that scene in A New Hope where he's like trying to do all the technology on the buttons and stuff to help the heroes. That's what I was saying, we've been needing this entire time. I knew there was something missing. That is what we were missing. This is what we needed. This is good. Moving up here, it's a little harder to tell, but I believe that is the turret that's part of the Death Star usually. I'll be honest, it's really hard to tell, but I feel like nothing really beats the turret that came in 2016 Death Star. That, I don't know why, I just love that build so much. That's like one of the rare, for some reason the builds were kind of crap in the Death Star, hot take, or maybe not, honestly. But yeah, moving over, I feel like that's the only thing that they didn't do too well. I would have used old cannon, but I think this one fits more in the slice style, I guess. But moving over here, oh my god, that is perfect. I feel like that area of Ben on the I don't even know what you call that, but that is perfect. I feel like look at that detail. Even though it's grainy as hell, you can tell there's detail in there. I feel like I have to cut to the, because I have built this in the 2016 Death Star. I feel like I just have to cut to this. Look at this thing. This right here, this is an embarrassment to Lego. This is what we got. This is what we got. This is what we have right now. What are we thinking about, guys? This is what we have right now, and people are trying to say this is worse. I have no words. I literally have no words. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Don't know why I cut that so quick. I guess I was just so heated. But moving up here, you got the classic rope, pretty much the same as the last one. You can kind of see on the Luke minifig there, we get some new legs. They look like they're dual molded, so that is very nice. And then to the side of that, we have the conference room with all the admirals. It looks like we're getting a lot more of those like generals and admirals than the last set. Overall, this guy, I feel like this has to have at least 50 minifigures. It's insane. And I believe there's also, like, I love this. I can't stop raving about this style. The slice style. People have literally been crapping on this. Like, oh, the style, it's so tiny because it's only a slice. Like, what did you guys want for displayability? You want a full spear that you can, like, peel like an orange? Like that, the 2016 Death Star? That was honestly like so much worse for displayability. And this is like the perfect handshake of displayability and playability. You can access the figures so well here. You can move them around, and it feels like you're really moving through like a layered piece of cake, that you're moving through this like giant actual spear. It's so much better. I feel like I was ahead of my time, because if you go back on my other videos, I did a custom slice of the Death Star, just like basically like a mock, but it was pretty big, and it was a slice like this, and I think that's what we need for like playability. But anyways, that's my final design rants. I swear to God. Let's move on. Let's get to the next room. So down here we have the little trash chute, of course, and you can see we got the Death Star droid again. So that's cool. And I honestly, when I first saw this, I had no like clue what the hell that was. That thing to the side. Best guess, that's like the hallway that leads to the prison where Leia is captured in. Extremely disappointed if that is true. Either way, we're not getting that prison. But extremely disappointed that yet again we have not gotten prison to put Leia in, where she's in that scene where it's like, aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper? Really, really sad about that, because that's another thing in the 2016 UCS Death Star. I was like, man, that would have tied this together. I wish they had that. But yeah, this seems like, I guess we get the control panel at least. Like, at least they're including a little bit of that. They just completely ignored that in the last one. But next room right over, we've got, again, anyone's best guess at what this is. Leave your guesses in the comments. I thought that might be like a railing, but like they're standing on it, like a conveyor belt maybe. Leave your guesses down in the comments. I really have nothing to say about this except for, I mean, I can't even comment on the minifigures. They're like the exact same as the last one. Although it seems like we are getting a little bit more detailed Chewbacca from what I can kind of see on the coloring on the arms. But yeah, let's just move on to the next one. Up here we have the laser, of course, which looks so awesome and detailed. Like, I don't even know what that is. It looks like it's probably going to be the glowing piece, of course, but yeah, that controller room looks awesome. Again, a little better than the 2016 Death Star. Everything here is better than the 2016 Death Star, in my opinion. Just because it's so much more detailed. Everything is so much more detailed, which, of course, we'd expect for $1,000. But it just beats it out so much. But other than that, I don't really have too much to say about this room. I believe we got two pilots, or whatever those helmeted creatures are, in the last one. Maybe we just got one. I don't remember. But either way, yeah, the figs beat out the last one too. I'm gonna do a full fig showcase at the end of the video, because we do have, I believe, a full picture of the figs. If not, I'll do that later. But let's move on to the next room. So the next and final rooms with the S in the bracket, because there's like this weird little compartment where R2-D2's in that's like fully blank. I don't know what that's for. Maybe that's the part, because in the other Death Star they had one where like the shelf where Darth Vader jumps up to, so maybe that's it. But we got the Emperor's Throne Room, which we have gotten a set for before, and that was like $60, and in its own, I think it was like on a platform, and it looked like exactly like this. And now we're getting it in this. and it looks even more detailed. It looks like it has like special windows that go out. That looks awesome. I don't know if we got that well, we definitely didn't get that in the 2016 one, but in the special set we got for, I think it was like a 50th anniversary thing, I don't think it even had the protruding windows. So that's awesome. We're getting our 2 red guards, and somebody also please let me know in the comments, who is the purple guy? I don't know who the purple guy is, but another fig, I'll gladly take any. You can throw in Joe Star Wars, and I would not complain. Just throw in as many figs as possible, I guess. But I don't know who that purple guy is. But yeah, we also have a leaked picture of the back of the box. So I'm gonna move on to that. But so far, yeah, that's all of the rooms. There's no more rooms. Doesn't look too small now, does it? But yeah, let's move to the back of the box because we just have a few action shots and I have a few closing remarks to make. Let's cut to that. So yeah, here we are. First thing, because I already kind of went through the rooms, you can go to the bottom right there and you'll see an actual scale of the thing. You can see the first picture is obviously the disc, and then the other one is by its side. It's pretty thick. You can see the laser and it kind of protrudes, but again, that would be, I'd say that's like at least 5 inches. That's pretty thick. But yeah, you can get some other special shots here. The one to the left of the model there, not too exciting because we already knew we got that. It does look, if we're looking to the left there a little bit, I'm starting to notice there is like a remnant of that little cannon that we got in the 2016 Death Star that I was talking about before. That looks pretty awesome. So I don't know where that was in the set. Maybe I missed it, but glad we got that. And then the boardroom, nothing special there. But to the above the scale on the right, I can't help but notice a Princess Leia prison area. I don't know where that was. Probably too grainy to see it, but goddamn, that is great news. Amazing. Honestly, I forgot about that when I made this video. I feel like I'm like a Alzheimer's patient, but yeah, there we go. Look at that, guys. And then we also have a cloaked Obi-Wan Kenobi figure in the top left there. You can see the trash compactor actually moves too, which is great. There's a little chair in that room. There's so much detail in here, guys. So much better than the last one. There was like literally in the entire bottom floor, they furnished it with like 2 cans and called it a day. Literally like 4 pieces down there. They poured their soul into this, and you can tell. Again, top purple guy. Don't know who purple guy is. Let me know. But yeah, that's the new leak. I just had to come on here and rant about it because I've seen some opinions floating around online. I had to give mine, of course. So yeah, let me know what you think about it in the comments, of course. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I know I don't usually post opinionated videos like this, and I'm mostly the builder. But I just had to talk about this, especially because I was working on the Death Star currently. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Especially thank you for sticking around to the end. Subscribe, like. I'll see you in the next one. Which, yeah.